Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Glad you can join me once again. I'm back after a long hiatus. So let's begin in with episode 32 of the Card Charts Money Cards game. First card, $200 a 5. I'm going to keep that 5 $100 higher. $100 higher than the 5. Yes. 300. All of it lower. 300 lower than the ace. You got it. 600. All of it higher. 600 higher than the 3. You got it. 1200. We're going to move the 10 up to the middle row. We're going to give you another $400. $1,600. Ooh. Let's change that card, please. Which one? Number 2. Number 2. The 10 is now at 8. Oh, gotta play. Okay, I'm gonna bet half of the money, $800 lower. 800 lower than the 8. Right. 2,400. All of it higher. 2,400 higher than the 3. You got it. 4,800. Okay, I'm gonna go 2,400. That it is lower. 2,400 lower than the jack. Ooh, it's a push. No win, no loss. Still at $4,800. We're going to move the jack up. You might have bet at least 2,400 of it. Okay, I think I'll keep the jack. It is a good card. $2,400 lower. $2,400 lower than the jack. No. Why you lose? Half. You start off with 2,400, so that's not bad. All right, we do the cards again. Here we go. $200, and your first card's a 3. All of it higher. $200 higher than the 3. You got it. 400. Change that card. Number 2. Number 2. 9 is now a king. Beautiful. All of it lower. 400 lower than the king. Right. 800. I'll bet all of it higher. 800 higher than the 5. No. Well, there's a lot of cards in the beach here, but we're going to move the 4 up, give it 4. We're doing it all over again. All of it higher. 400 higher than the 4. Got it. 800. Please change that card. Number 1. Number 1. The 10 is now a jack. All right, big money. Lower. 800 lower than the jack. Right. 1,600. Let's go all of it higher. 1,600 higher than the 4. You got it. 3,200. Got to bet at least 1,600 of it. Let's change that card. All right, the 6 is now a 6 again. You got to bet at least 1,600. Okay, I'm going to go $1,600 higher. 1,600 higher than the 6. You got it. 4,800. Cards. 200, your first card's a 3. All of it higher. 200 higher than the 3. You got it. 400. Lower. 400 lower than the ace. You got it. 800. Okay, I want to change that card. Which one? Number 2. Number 2. The 6 is now a 9. Ooh, what are you going to bet? 400. Okay. Have a money. $400 at the next card is lower. 400 lower than the 9. You got it. 1,200. We're going to move the 6 up and give you another 400. Another $400 up to 1,600. Let's change that card. Card number 1. Number 1. 6 is now a 5. A little better. Well, it's half of a 10, so let's go for it. $800 higher. 800 higher than the 5. You got it. 2,400. Okay, I'm going to go half of it again. $1,200 lower. $1,200 lower than the jack. You're right. 3,600. All of it higher. 3,600 higher than the 4. You got it. 7,200. You got to bet at least 3,600 of it. All of it lower. 7,200 lower. King, you got it. 3 wins in a row. $14,400. The rabbit deal the cards again. $200 your first card's a 4. Higher. All of it. 200 higher than the 4. Got it. 400. And a 9. Change that card. Number 2. Number 2. 9 is now a 5. A little better. All right. Let's go half of the money. $200 down and it's higher. $200 higher than the 5. You got it. 800. Now you got to play. $300 lower. $300 lower than the 8. No. You're down to 300, but we're going to move the 10 up. Give you another 400. You now have 700. What do you want to do? May I change it? Yeah. Okay, let's change that card, please. Number 1. Number 1. The 10 is now a 10 again. Ooh. Wicked dip. Okay, let's go half of it lower. 350 lower than the 10. No. You're down to 350. All of it lower. 350 lower than the queen. You got it. 700. Can't change it. Yeah, I realize that. Let's go 350 lower. 350 lower than the 7. No. You're down to 350. You got to bet at least 175. Change it with number 3. A 5. Let's go all of it higher. 350 higher than the 5. It is higher. 7. $800. Cards. 200 your first cards of 3. Let's go for it. All of it higher. 200 higher than the 3. You got it. 400. Okay. All of it lower. 400 lower than the king. You got it. 800. All of it lower again. 800 lower than the queen. No. Couple of cards on me, sure it did. We're going to move the king up. Give you $400. You can start all over again. Good card. All of it lower. Lower than the king for $400. You're right. 800. All of it lower. Lower than the queen it is. 1,600. Let's go for it. All of it lower. 1,600 lower than the jack it is. 3,200. You got to bet at least 1,600 of it. Higher, please. Is it higher than 3,200? It is. $6,400. Okay. The cards. $200. The first card's a jack. Good card. $200 lower. 200 lower than the jack. It is. 400. Change that card. Number 1. Number 1. 9 is now a queen. Good card. Let's go all of it lower. 4 lower than the queen. No. The 2 cards that were beating her in the day will move the ace up. We get lower. Is it lower than the ace for $400? You're right. 800. Change it. Which one? 3. So again, all of it lower. 800 lower than the ace. You got it. 1,600. Okay, let's go all of it lower. 1,600 lower than the jack. It is. 3,200. You got to bet at least 1,600 of it. Okay, I want to change that card for number 2. Five. What are you gonna do? Let's go for it. All of it higher. 3,200 higher than the 5. Yes, it is. Another 6,000. $400. You're doing good. All right, we're doing the cards. Here we go. $200. Your first card's a jack. All of it lower. 200 lower than the jack. It is. 400. Higher. 400 higher than the 4. Right again. 800. All of it lower. Lower than the jack. You did it. 1,600. We're going to move the 4 up and give you another $400. You now have $2,000. Please, all of it higher. 2,000 higher than the 4. Yes. Lower. All of it. 4,000 lower than the ace. You're right. 8,000. Change that card. Which one? Number 2. A jack. Good card. All of it lower. $8,000 lower than the jack. It is. 16,000. Gotta bet at least 8,000 of it. All of it higher for $32,000. Yes. You broke the bank. $32,000. Okay, I'm ready to do it again. All right, let's see. We'll do the cards. Here we go. $200. Your first card's a 3. All of it higher. $200 higher than the 3. No. Only card that will beat you. But we're going to move the deuce up and do it again. Let's give you $400. Higher. Deuce, you're right. 800. Ooh. Change that card, please. Number 2. Number 2. 6 is now a 4. All right, all of it higher. 800 higher than the 4. Yeah. 1,600. Ooh. Now I gotta play. $800 lower. 800 lower than the 9. No. You're down to 800. Okay, I want to change that card. Number 1. A 5. Let's go all of it higher. And then the 5, you did it. $1,600. First card's a 6. I want to change it. Number 1. Number 1. 6 is nowadays beautiful. Lower. 200 lower than the ace. You got it. 400. All of it higher. 400 higher than the 4. You got it. 800. All of it lower. 800 lower than the queen. Got it again. 1,600. We're going to move the deuce up. Give me another 400. You now have 2,000. Higher. $2,000 higher than the deuce. You got it. 4,000. All of it lower. 4,000 lower than the jack. You got it. 8,000. I want to change it with number 3. Number 3. The 5 is now an 8. Ooh, I should have kept it. I should have kept it. Okay. $4,000 lower. 4,000 lower than the 8. No. You're down to 4,000. The 10 becomes the base card over the bed. You got to bet at least 2,000 up. Change that card. Number 2. Yeah. Ooh. Gotta bet at least $2,000 lower. It's lower than the 10 for $2,000. It is 6,000. Where we do the cards one more time. Here we go. Start you off with a 3. All of it higher. 200 higher than the 3. You got it. 400. I want to change that card. Number 2. Number 2. 8 is now a 9. Ooh, okay. I'll bet $200 lower. $200 lower than the 9 it is. 600. Okay, I'm going to bet $300 that it's lower. 300 lower than the 7. No. You're down to 300, but we're going to move the 9 up. Give you another 400. See, now I have 700. What do you want to do? I want to change it. Which one? Number 1. Number 1. Jack. All right, good card. All of it lower. 700 lower than the Jack? No. The X is a 0. Cards, here we go. 200, your first card's a 7. Oh, let's change that card, number 2. Number 2. 7 is now a deuce. All of it. That it's higher. 200 higher than the deuce. Got it. 400. Okay, I'm going to go half of the money. $200, that it's lower. $200 lower than the 7. No. Down to 200. Okay, I'll bet $100 lower. 100 lower than the 9. Yeah. 300. We're going to move the 3 up and give you another 400. Now you have 700. 800. Please let it be higher. $700 higher than the 3. You got it. 1,400. Okay, I want to change that card. Number 3. Number 3. Now a Jack. Good card. All of it lower. 1,400 lower than the Jack. Push. Ooh. No, we lost to a 1,400. All of it lower. 1,400 lower than the Jack. It is. 2,800. Gotta bet at least 1,400. Change it with number 1. Number 1. The 10's now a 5. All of it higher. Dollars, no. All right, we do it one more time. $200 per card's a Jack. Lower, please. $200 lower than the Jack. No. Well, that was a tough one. Well, I know it's lower. 400 lower. It's lower than the ace of $400. You're right. Let's change that card. Number 2. Number 2. 9 is now a 7. 400 lower. 400 lower than the 7. You're right. 1,200. All of it higher. 1,200 higher than the 4. You got it. 2,400. The 7 becomes a new base card, but when I was in the big man, you got to bet at least 1,200 of it. Let's change that card. Number 3. Number 3. The 7 is now a queen. Good card. All of it lower. 2,100 lower than the queen. You're right. 4,800. Not bad at all. It's an 8. We'll change it. Number 2. Number 2. The 8 is now an ace. All of it lower. 200 lower than the ace. You got it. 400. Okay, I'll bet $200 that's lower. 200 lower than the 7. No. Get out of 200. All of it lower. 200 lower than the king. You got it. 400. We're going to move the 9 up and give you another $400. So you now have $800. All right, change it. Number one is now a 10. $400 lower. 400 lower than the 10. No, you're down to 400. All of it lower. 400 lower than the jack. No. Another 0. It's a 4. All right, let's go. All of it higher. 200 higher than the boy. Got it. 400. Change that card. Number 2. Number 2. The boy is a 5. All of it higher. 400 higher than the 5. Got it. 800. 400 lower. $400 lower than the 10. Yeah. 1200. We're going to move the deuce up. Give you another 400. You now have 1600. Let's go all of it higher. 1600 higher than the deuce. You got it. 3200. All of it higher. 3200 higher than the 4. It is 6400. Change it. Number 3. Number 3. All right. All of it higher. 6400 higher than the 3. You got it. 12,800. Got at least 6,400 of it. Change it. Number 1. 10. Weird. Bet half of it. 6,400 lower. 6,400 lower than the 10. It is 19,200. We'll see you for the next video, everybody. Bye-bye.